me just unwrap this. It's like a Christmas present. I feel like I'm playing past the parcel. Good evening, I'm Chris. I'm going to be the second comedian for this evening. Thank you very much for the lovely warm welcome. It's amazing to be in the Lip. It's my favourite club of all time. But I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, fucking hell, Ian Sterling's let himself go, hasn't he? If you don't know who Ian Sterling is, he's a Scottish stand-up comedian. He's the voice of Love Island, and this is exactly how he would look if he moved to Middlesbrough and developed an addiction to Palmos. I do love a Palmo, although I must admit I'm not actually a borough lad. I'm not from Middlesbrough. I do everything a borough lad does though, apart from cocaine, obviously. Because can you imagine the bills with this nose? Fucking hell. But I do everything a borough lad does. I sing South Cleveland Garages every time I hear Tina Turner. I hate everyone from Leeds. And obviously I love a Palmo. Look at it, I mean, clearly I'm built on Palmos. It's one of the reasons I'm actually doing this and trying to be a stand-up comedian, because I'm trying to get famous enough to be in one of those Manjaro's adverts. I don't know if you've seen them online, the Manjaro's ads, the Palmo place down the road. They do this thing where they get celebrities in and they'll give them free Palmos and free food, and the celebrities are all over social media going, oh, this is the best food I've ever had. I'm just hoping for that free Palmo sort of delivery system. But it's all bollocks. It's all absolute bollocks. I mean, look at some of the people who've had in the adverts. Have you seen the one with Floyd Mayweather, the boxing champion? He's never ever come out of the Empire on a Saturday night and thought, fuck me, I need a hot shot Palmo with extra garlic. It's never ever happened. And it boils my piss a little bit. It's really unfair because I can't get Manjaro's Palmos delivered to my house. But the minute Tyson Fury rings up, the load of car full up and take it straight over there for an advert and it's free. He gets it all for free. It's ridiculous. It's so unfair. Another reason I'm doing what I'm doing is my daughter. She's a massive inspiration to me. She's not ill or anything. This isn't like Make-A-Wish. She's at that age where she's a teenager. She's doing all these singing lessons and dancing lessons and all this type of stuff. And I remember a few weeks ago she was singing on stage at the Ark in Stockton, and I sat in the middle on the very front row watching her, just thinking she looks like an angel up there, and she was doing her thing, and it inspired me to start this comedy journey, because if she can put so much blood, sweat and tears into something so average, I can do exactly the same and I can get up here and tell a few jokes. But it's hard being a parent. Is there any dads in? Any parents in the crowd? Jimmy, we know you've got 50 million kids everywhere. Any others? No? Anyone who thinks there might be a dad but they're not quite sure? That's always a danger, isn't it? It's always a danger.
I'm being totally honest.
There's a chance. If you see your kids out there with a big duffel coat and a beard. But yeah, it's hard being a parent. You've suddenly got this little life in your world that you've got to kind of impart knowledge on and teach. And I remember she was about 5 or 6 years old, and she'd read a phrase in a book, and she wanted to know what it meant. So she came up, she said, Daddy, what does mixed emotions mean? And I was thinking, how can I put this in terms that a child will understand? And I finally settled on, look, you know when you flush the toilet and the water just keeps coming up and up and up and up, and you're thinking, shit. But at the same time you're thinking, get out. That's mixed emotions. And she understood it from that very moment. She's never asked again. It's different these days though. I mean, I grew up in Thornaby just like Jimmy. And it's a very, very different place in Thornaby to where I live now. So where I live now, it's quite posh. It's quite nice. We're the poor relations with the ex-council house down the end of the road, but it's still a nice area. And it's one of those places where you walk around and they've got those little cupboards outside the front gardens, you know, where people make their own jam and their own honey and stuff like that. Have you seen this thing where people do that and they leave it outside? I don't know if they've got that in Azerbaijan, but I can walk around, and the way it works is you walk up, you open the little cupboard, you leave your pound, you take your honey, you take your jam, you've got some nice homemade jam, they get a couple of quid, everyone's happy, nice area. Thornaby's a bit different, because Thornaby, fun fact, it's the only place in the world where there's more fridges in front gardens than there is in kitchens. And I tried it once. I walked up to a fridge, put a pound down. I opened the front door and I got a whiff of 6-month-old warm chicken. It's not quite the same, is it? It's not quite the same. I'll have to check my notes and see where we're at, because this is all new material tonight. Another couple of stories from Thornaby just before I leave you. One of the funniest things ever happened when I was at school, I think I must have been about 14 or 15. And there was a kid in my class and he had his head down on the desk and he was obviously visibly upset at something. It was December, I remember it was getting cold. And I walked over and I said, "Johnny, what's up?" And he went, "Oh, I don't believe it, Lofty. Been burgled, haven't I?" "Oh, shit, really? Have they took much?" He said, "Yeah, they took me telly and my DVD player." Now, if you had a DVD player in the early 2000s, you were someone. That was a big deal. He said, "Oh, Lofty, they took all the Christmas presents as well." I'm thinking, it's really bad, I don't know what to say. He went, "Yeah, the worst bit is they get a shit in the kettle." Now, two things struck me. Who stops mid-robbery to have a dump in a kettle? And then when as a homeowner do you discover it? Do you wait till the coppers have gone, pop the kettle on for a cup of tea, then go, "Fucking have you fired?" Awful, awful. One last story on Thornaby before I leave. I was in the pub a few weeks ago, and I was just, you know, you just need a pint on your own. You just have a little time in the corner, reading the newspaper on your phone, because I'm not a fucking animal. Sat having a pint. These two ladies walked in, short skirts, high heels. One of them had a balloon tied to her wrist. Said congratulations on it. Turns out, I think one of them had just had a divorce come through, so they were all celebrating and happy and woo, all that kind of shit. So I'm sat watching them thinking, they're having a really good time. It's a fucking Sunday afternoon. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw this guy coming in from outside and he was just flicking his rollie. And if I describe him, he sounds like he was an 80s rock band reject for being a bit too rapey, do you know what I mean? So he had these jeans on, cowboy boots, black t-shirt and a white mullet. And he walked in and you could see straight away he made a big line for these two women. And I looked at them and they collared him and they huddled together for security. He's walking over and I'm thinking, what's going to go down here? This is going to be fucking good to watch. So he walks over and I'm thinking, what lines are you going to open with? What's he going to say to them to win them over? And he walked over and he pulled this thing out of his pocket and he went, "All right, ladies, how are you doing?" Funniest thing I've ever seen. He instantly turned those two women from "don't talk to me" to "fucking hell, can I have a go at that?" Anyway, 10 minutes later he's leaving with one under each arm like fucking Snoop Dogg. He walked past me and he looked at me and winked and he went, "Works every fucking time." I've been Chris, thank you very much.